Hey guys, it's Ricky from Ricky's Pretties, and today I am taking a break from the journaling, crafting, paper crafting kind of thing. Well, I'm still doing paper crafting kind of, but I'm making ornaments today because I want to get a head start on some of those. I like to give out homemade ornaments to coworkers and friends, so I'm going to go ahead and do some of those. Plus, I found this really cool paper. I'll show you that here in just a minute. I have got some scissors, I've got some little scissors, I have some bigger scissors, I have a plate, I have some, what is this called? The leafing pin, silver. I have an X-Acto craft knife, I have a paintbrush, which is a number 16. You can use whatever number you have on hand that you think might work. I have Mod Podge gloss. I have some Liquitex acrylic medium gloss, and I have some Gorilla glue. I have some bits and bobs. You can get these from the lace I got from Temu. However you say that. I don't know how to say it. Temu. Is it Temu or is it Temu? I've heard it both ways. I don't know what's correct, but anyways, I got these little laces, these little lacy things, the little appliques from Temu. That's what I prefer because I'm from Oklahoma and I say it Temu. Okay, and then I have these little things. I think these came from Temu too, but I've also seen them on Amazon. This was a piece of jewelry that I cut off. And this, of course, was something from, obviously, Temu or Amazon, because it's in this little plastic wrap. But anyways, I've got some little bits and bobs. I have some glitter that I got on Amazon. And anything that I got on Amazon, you're going to, well, regardless, well, if it's on Amazon, I'll put a link in the description box below for you. And if you use my link, it does help my shop, because I have partnered with Amazon now, and I will go ahead and include that information in the description box below as well. But anyways, I bought this glitter on Amazon. I liked it because not only is it silver, but it's also holographic, so it's very shiny, and you get this great big huge bag of it. This will last forever, because if you know much about glitter, this is very fine. You can see the holographic properties to it. This is very fine, and glitter makes spores, which go out into the world and produce more glitter. So I will probably have just an endless supply of this now. I think that bag was like $4 and something, but I mean, worth it, because look how much you get. And then I have some ornament blanks that I also got on Amazon. These are a little pricey, but they're 4 inches. You know, there's some smaller ones that weren't quite as pricey as these, but there's a reason I got 4-inch ones, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But there's 20 of those in here, so really you only need like 1 package if you're gonna make 20 ornaments, unless you have like 80 friends or something, then you would need more, but I have a small circle, so I didn't need any more than 20. Plus, I have some wooden ones that I'm going to be doing later, and I'll show you my project that I'm working on that too. I have some water, I have some napkins and some paper towels over there in case I make a mess, which I'm sure I will, because I always do. And this is what I was waiting to show you. This is a rice paper creative set that I got from a website called Mulberry Paper and More. If you saw my little short video that I did not too long ago, my little short one, then you have seen some of my collage work that I've been doing. I had, that's what I've been busy with lately. I've been doing paper collage, multimedia collage, and I had a larger project or two that I had to do that were commissioned work. So I've been a little busy and away from my channel, so I've been neglecting it. I'm very sorry, but duty calls. I gotta do what I gotta do. So anyways, I bought this while I was shopping for mulberry paper to do my collage work with, and this is a little kit, and it's really neat. I'm actually gonna go ahead and show you what all is in it, because it's really awesome. First of all, I'll show you the back, because this shows you different projects you can do with it. You know, it gives you ideas. And this tells you everything that comes in it. So there's quite a few things in here that make it interesting and worthwhile. It is on clearance right now. I don't know if it's clearance or just if it's on sale because they have too many, because it's like a sale overstock / clearance section that I got this out of. But they still have them. I looked, and I will include the link in the description box below. I am not affiliated at all in any way, shape, or form with Mulberry Paper and More. I just like their stuff. So you can shop on there without having to worry about using my link or anything like that. Even if you were going to worry about it, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so anyways, I'll stop rambling. I've already gotten into this, as you see. These are, I think, like 3.5 inch. So I needed something bigger than 3 inches for these. And these are round. So you can do coasters, you can do ornaments, you could do, basically there's endless things that you can do with this kit. I've been working with these here. This is what I bought the 4-inch ornaments for. I don't know if you can see just how pretty this paper is. There's a polar bear and there's a fox. And here's another little fox. Here's an owl and the penguin. There's just, these are wintry scenes. And there's plain. So if you're doing a project that requires a plain back or something. It also came with silver foil and gold foil. This is, like I said, it's a creative pack. So it came with all kinds of really interesting things. I can't wait to figure out what else I can do with this. It came with larger sheets. This is a penguin. So polar bear, you can cut this apart or you can use it whole, whatever you want to do with it. And then here is just a big sheet with the floral pattern on it. I'll probably make another light box with this paper. Wouldn't that be pretty? Look at this paper. Isn't it gorgeous? I'll probably have to do another lighted box for you guys. I really enjoy doing those anyway. And in my opinion, you can't have too many of those. And here's a little bunny rabbit. I had used that on something else earlier. So I did, you know, the smaller one. So I didn't get to show you the bunny rabbit. These you can make greeting cards with. See how pretty that is? Doesn't that make some pretty cards? Gorgeous. You can put some stamping with those. Do whatever you want. Make it yours. Make it yours. And here's some little ones. These would be cute for some smaller ornaments. Or other projects that you may have in mind. It came with 2 stencils. This one I've already kind of messed with a little bit, so it's kind of pink. But it's gorgeous. It looks like this pattern looks kind of like a glass, the old-fashioned glass ornaments. It kind of has that look to it when you use that stencil. And this stencil has I love you, thank you, happy birthday. It's got the alphabet and then a number sequence over here. I don't know if you can see very good, but it came with those stencils. And then this is the page that just shows you what all it comes with and gives you some ideas of what you can do with that. So anyways, I am going to take a minute, set this stuff aside, and get out what I'm going to be working with, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now we're ready to roll. I'm sorry about this little shadow that's down here. I cannot figure out how to get rid of that. I'm not in the living room because if I go in the living room, my dogs are just going to bark and drive everybody crazy. So I'm in here now. I will eventually maybe figure out how to get rid of this shadow, this annoying little shadow, but maybe I won't pay too much attention to it. But anyways, let's get a roll on. These come with a film on both sides. I am going to leave one side intact and the other side I'm going to get off. And I just use my X-Acto knife to lift it. Like so. And now I can see through it a little better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this owl because I think the owl is really pretty. And I'm going to put him about right there. And I'm just going to trace around. This is why I needed the 4-inch circle, because this pattern's really big. And I wanted to catch all of it in there. Okay. So now I'm going to use my big scissors. I cut it, set that aside. Then I'm going to cut just inside my little pencil line, because I don't want the pencil line to show. I might not be cutting this very close as I'd like, because I usually have it closer to my face when I'm cutting out, but for the sake of the video, I can't do that. So I'm doing my very best. There we go. I think that will be just fine. Yes, that will work. I'm not going to worry about the hole right now. I'll worry about that later. We'll need an awl for that. I didn't get that out yet, so we're not going to worry about that just yet. What we're going to do first is I'm going to get my side that I didn't, my one that I lifted the film off of is over here. So I'm going to get the side that I didn't lift the film off of. This side has the film, this side does not. And so what I'm going to do, what that is, I think that's on the film. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to apply some glitter to it. And for that, I like to mix my Mod Podge with the Liquitex Gloss Medium. This is something that artists mix with acrylic paint to make it more glossy, and also to thin it out a little bit so it's not so thick if your acrylic paint's really thick, and it helps it to go on more like watercolor. But you can use it actually for quite a few things. And for this, I'm going to mix it, a little bit of it, in with my Mod Podge to thin it out, just like I would the acrylic paint, because this Mod Podge is super thick. So I just got like equal parts, kind of. Maybe a little more Mod Podge. All right. I'm going to get my glitter out before I do this. So I'm going to make sure that my glitter is ready. Move some stuff around here. I have one page for using. I have some paper out, and one page for using, and one page for dumping, so that I can save as much glitter as possible, even though I've got plenty of it. And I'm going to try not to make a big mess with it. Like I said, glitter makes spores, and this is going to be no exception, I'm sure. So let's just get us a generous amount on there. That's probably plenty. I'm going to close that up in case I knock it over accidentally. Okay. Now, I'm going to paint the non-filmy side with my Mod Podge. It's kind of smooth. Now I'm going to dump it. See why I have two pieces now? All right. And now I'm going to shake it. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Get off the excess. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see just exactly how cool that is, but that's really cool. And so now you can see why we left the film on this side, because we're going to get stuff on the other side. See this glue? But that's not going to smear up my other side. But this is freaking awesome. I love this glitter. I'm in love with the glitter. I don't know if you guys can see how pretty that is, but I hope you can. I'm going to let this dry for just a minute, and then I will be back, and we'll continue on. Okay, we are back. I've managed to keep glitter spores at a minimum. I have got 2 of these covered in glitter now. I went ahead and did another one off camera so that I could do 2 of these and not, you know, have to take up too much video time for y'all. And now we're going to go ahead and work on getting our picture onto our ornament. So I have got some more Liquitex poured out here, and I'm going to pour out, this is probably way too much. I'm going to pour some Mod Podge in there. Get that all mixed up. I'm going to use the outside of my paper as kind of a slough off. Got that all mixed up. Now I'm going to apply that to the back side of my rice paper. There we go. If that was a napkin, I wouldn't be able to do that with it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I've got my hole up here up top. So I'm just going to kind of position this over the glitter side. That's right. We are putting it directly over the glitter. And I have some plastic over here. That's quite a bit of plastic. But I'm going to smooth that down with my plastic. If I didn't get it centered exactly, it's okay. Because we're going to trim it. Now I'm going to go over the top. Okay. Now for the other one. Hole at the top. You guys can't see, can you? Let's scooch this over. There you go. Hole at the top. Stick it down. This is a really big piece of plastic, but I don't lose it. I know, I'm crazy. Crazy Rick. That's right. Okay, I'm going to go over this again. Just like the other one. We're going to put several coats on this. I don't have any sandpaper, or I would sand in between for those of you who are sanders out there. I do know that it works well to do that, but I don't have any sandpaper, so I won't be sanding mine. I'm going to get some before I make the rest of the ones that I'm doing, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to say you can sand in between with about 400 grit sandpaper, wet sandpaper, and you can sand out the fine lines if you have any. In between coats, I would put a couple of coats, at least 2 or 3 on first before I sand, and then I would go over it with the sandpaper, a coat, you know, in between coats until I get it the way that I want it. That's what I normally do, but for this one I can't because I'm out of sandpaper. I was looking all over the house for it, or I've misplaced it. I was looking everywhere and I could not find it, so there's no telling where it is. This house, my craft room, is a disaster. If only y'all could see it. You would be like, how do you work in there? Oh my God. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come back and put on another coat or 2, and then we'll be back after I do that, and I will show you the rest. Alrighty, now we have our ornaments, and they are really, really pretty. I've got about 4 coats of Mod Podge on here, and you can kind of see our little owl is peeking through, and the transparency of the rice paper has allowed some of the glitter to show through. I don't know if you can see how really pretty this is, but it is really, really pretty. And then this is our penguin. He shows up a little bit better on camera, so you can kind of see the rice paper and the little shiny holographic glitter showing through. And now we need to poke our holes back in. So I can see this one clearly. It's right here, so I'm just going to poke it. Get that poked in there. Okay, and then this one, I can't see as good. It's right here. Now I can see it. I'm going to poke a reverse hole in it so I can see where it goes. All right. That's our little hole. And now what we're going to do is peel the backs off. We are ready to do that, and I usually just take me a little blade and gently lift. Now you can see when we peel this off just how pretty that holographic glitter is. And the best part is it's not going to get all over the house because it's on the underside of the plastic of the acrylic ornament. So it is super shiny, super gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And we're going to do the same to this penguin. Lift off the backing and see how pretty that is. It's just so pretty. Okay, and now I'm going to I want to go around this with our leafing pen. So I'm going to shake that up real good. Get it started. And then I'm just going to go around the edge. There we go. There's that one. Looks like I got all the way around. Just want to get that flowing some more. And then we'll do our penguin. My dogs are going to bark. If you can hear that one, that's Ozzy. He's my little menace. I'm going to have to turn this off so I can get on to him. Y'all, just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry about that. Oh, I'm wiggling. Let's see if I can get that still. That dog, I swear, he barks at cars. He barks at everything. I've got some ribbon here. It's this narrow ribbon, 1/8 width. I just have this in my stash. I got a couple of beads out of my stash too. I know these came on a strand from Hobby Lobby. Michael's might have some too that are similar, but I just happen to have those, so I got those out. Things I forgot earlier, and I'm going to just give myself plenty of length here. And I have some bead threaders here. I love these. I use them all the time. I believe I got these at Hobby Lobby too. But they just make life so much easier. And you need a bead that has a hole big enough for this ribbon to go through, right? So keep that in mind when you're bead selecting. So I'm actually going to double this up and take both ends through. Can't decide which end I want to do that with. But I'm going to do it with this one here. I'm just going to give it a good yank. There we go. Slide that on up about where I want it. Do I want it long or do I want it short? If I'm going to hang it by a hanger, then you'd want it kind of short. But if you're going to just hang it over a branch, then you want this long enough to be able to do that. So now I've got that bead there, and I'm just going to knot this up here so that my bead can't slide off. If I can get this to cooperate. Sometimes that's a little easier said than done. I'm going to slide that bead down a little bit more so I can do that. Get that knotted. This is really just being uncooperative. Come on now, quit being so ornery. It's really being ornery. Yes, I'm talking to the craft supplies again. Okay, got that. And now I'm going to take the one end and poke it through the front here. I can grab it. I get out of it. There we go. Got it. Now I'm going to tie a bow with the leftover. Wasn't quite as generous as I had wanted to be with my ribbon, but this will do, I believe. I want that bow sitting right underneath that bead. Again, this stuff is just wiry. It doesn't have any wire in it, so I don't know why it's wiry, but it's just not cooperating. It's very stiff. Okay, now I'm just going to straighten it out. Get my bow looking good. There we go. Super cute. If you want that to stay, you can. I'm not going to do it right now, but you can just put a little dot of glue. And if you wanted to end that and just let that be your ornament, you could do that, but I'm going to add just a little more bling. Because I like my bling. I'm going to trim that off. I like my bling. And I've decided, where did it go? I'm going to use a snowflake applique. And I'm going to use my Gorilla Glue. I can find where I put the Gorilla Glue. There it is. Way up here. Let's see which side is. This is the right side. I've put them on backwards before and made myself mad doing that, so I always double check and make sure I'm putting the right side on there. That's good. I'm just going to kind of put it right there. Snug it down. And I think I might do that too. Let's do it. I'm going to be a bit generous with this so that it sticks. I don't need any in the middle because it's going to be, it sits a little high there. Line it up with my little points and push it down. Now we'll just let that dry. But isn't that pretty? I love it. I hope y'all can see good. But I think it turned out real pretty. I would be proud to give that to somebody. Okay, and now I'm going to finish this one. Our little owl. Our little barely there owl. You can kind of see the outline of it, but she's just kind of hidden in the snowstorm. That's the way I'm thinking of it anyway. I'm just about out of this ribbon. I like this color, so I'm going to be a little more generous with it, so I don't have to fight it so hard. Okay. Forgot how I did the last one. Put my threader through my bead. Fighting with this, y'all. I'm sorry. We all know that feeling, I bet. Give it a good yank. Okay. Go up here a ways. I didn't do that right, did I? Of course not. Let's see here. There we go. Now I got both of them in there. Try to slide that where I want it. If it's a little long up here, I won't gripe about it too much. And to make life easier, I'm going to make that into a little pointy. I'm going to stick that through there. All right. Got it. And for my bows, I use the over-under method. My Nana taught me that, and that's what I've used. You don't want it too tight, otherwise your bead is going to do that. So you want your bow right under your bead, but you don't want it too tight right there. There we go. Pretty, pretty. Cut some of that off. There, that's so pretty. And now I think I'm going to just add a little bit of bling to this one. Maybe just that. I think that'll be pretty. Get some Gorilla Glue on there. And we'll stick that down. Snug it up right to that bow. That's so pretty. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. That's really, really pretty. Okay, guys. Well, I will get these on my Christmas tree because it's actually still up. And I'll take a picture and I'll post it at the end for you. I hope you enjoyed our little project. I hope you decide to try to make these. Go and visit mulberrypaper.com because it is a great website for all things paper. All kinds of really cool and beautiful papers to choose from. In fact, if this isn't your thing for Christmas, they do have poinsettia paper I saw, so you might check that out. Anyways, y'all have a good week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.